What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sho back with another video, and today, welcome back to another episode of, to be honest, I don't really have a name for this series. I don't. I'm just gonna be talking about my favorite anime. Like, I don't specifically have a name for the series yet. I want to get something down, but today I want to talk about one of my top fives. Now, when I say top five, for me, I don't really say that lightly. I think top five is a very special place in my heart because, you know, I've been watching anime since I was young. I'm talking about the one, the only, the best sports anime known to man, Haikyuu. Alright, look, don't get me wrong, Ippo fans and Kuroko fans, well, Kuroko fans, I'm a fan of Kuroko and Ippo. As you see, I really like most anime, even Blue Lock, in terms of like sports. But all you other sports fans, don't at me, because to be honest, I do love those series. I think Kuroko has nothing on Haikyuu. I think Ippo is good, but it is a little bit dated and it still has nothing on Haikyuu. I think Blue Lock is really interesting, especially for the season 1, and maybe could grow to be something better than Haikyuu. But for me personally, top 5 Haikyuu all day. Now, sports anime is something that's not really defined. Like, it's not really a powerful genre because, you know, there's a lot of good sports anime. Obviously, I named a couple. It's just not oversaturated. You know, I feel like Haikyuu is the best of the best, and maybe even if it's like big fish in a little pond, it's still a big fish. Now, if you're not familiar with Haikyuu, it's a high school volleyball anime that follows a journey of a short-statured, high-jumping, high-flying protagonist named Hinata as he dreams of becoming the best volleyball player in the world. With the help of Karasuno High School Volleyball Club team, whatever they say, he is kind of living his dream, man. He's basically a very short volleyball player. His inspiration is a character known as the Little Giant, Tiny Giant, whatever you want to call him. He's inspired by this guy. This guy was a striker. He was an ace, and he was very, very short. And ace is basically like the main player of the team. He's the leader, the guy that everybody kind of looks up to. Everybody kind of depends on. Now, I know what you just said.
Sho, you talking about a volleyball anime, bro? A volleyball? How could that be interesting?
But trust me, even though this is about a volleyball team, volleyball games, volleyball sport in general, this show is intense. The matches are so well animated that you'll be on the edge of your seat rooting for Karasuno. Like, you honestly could not figure out who's gonna win a match. You will end up liking every team before you finish watching the anime. Every team that they play against. It might be some jerks on the team. This might be a couple of teams that you really don't care for, but most of every team is gonna have its own personality. And even if they're like a one-off game, you're gonna feel it. Haikyuu is good at writing side characters that are only there for like a split second. Speaking of the characters are some of the most well-developed, lovable of all time greats. Now, speaking of characters, I must say, like I said, my whole opinion on Haikyuu is that it is the best when dealing with character work and character progression. You have the amazing setter, Kageyama. He is a genius. He's also the other half of main character. The show really revolves around Hinata, but Kageyama is so much related to the show that he's obviously like another main character. He's basically, the whole team is the main character. Hinata probably gets the most screen time. Kageyama probably gets the second most. Put it that way. Not to mention Nishinoya. I feel like a lot of people seen that talk about this anime don't really give enough credit to Nishinoya. He's the libero, basically the defense position in volleyball, and he is an absolute monster. He's an absolute beast. He doesn't always get the screen time. He only gets the screen time when specifically there's a lot of good defense to be played. You have the reliable captain. You have the ace that returned. And of course, you have the other part of the double duo with Kageyama and Hinata, the one I mentioned earlier. He is a very, very strong and athletic little midget, basically. He can jump insanely high. And him and Kageyama have a pinpoint accuracy type quick that they use as a weapon. Basically, his main goal is to make people see him for the amazing volleyball talent that he really is. He's the underdog of the story. He's constantly pushing himself to new heights, both literally and figuratively. Watching him grow as a player is a joy. It's a joy. And of course, Haikyuu wouldn't be complete without its fair share of comedic moments, whether it's Hinata getting hit in the face with a volleyball, or Nishinoya showing off his insane reflexes. The show knows how to make you laugh without necessarily diving fully into the comedy genre. But don't let the humor fool you. When it's time to get serious, Haikyuu can bring the drama like no other show. The tension in some of these matches is almost unbearable. You'll find yourself shouting at the screen, just waiting for Kurosano to get to victory, hoping they're gonna win. Sometimes they're gonna lose, sometimes they're gonna win, and you're gonna be standing at the screen the whole time like it's a real sportsman. And that's the thing about Haikyuu, at least for me. Like, speaking about victory in itself, one of the things that sets Haikyuu apart from other sports anime is that it's not just about winning. Sure, the team wants to be the best. Well, what's really is important is the friendships they form along the way. And that's hilarious because obviously in any other anime that would be in a trash plot, but I feel like in a volleyball sports anime is really what you need. They took the boring and basic from shonen, put it in a sports anime, and made it great. So I will implore you, if you haven't checked out Haikyuu, what are you waiting on? It's a show, hey, you laughing, crying, cheering. You will be in tune with Kurosano to the very end. Honestly, I had to pick up the manga. Just a couple little words at the end. I had to pick up the manga because I feel like the story, it's like 4 seasons out right now. Like, it's probably not that much, but it's a lot of seasons out right now of Haikyuu. I've watched all of them. I watched them in sub and dub where they're available. I can't wait for the next season, man. I'm not gonna lie. I am so excited to kind of see what's gonna be coming up in the anime. Like I said, I took to the manga recently, so I'm watching that. I'm reading that. And so far, I'm having a very enjoyable time. I feel like this anime is very popular, but it's very overlooked because it is a sports anime. This will solely rest in my top 5. I don't know where. I don't know what position it's going to be in. It might end up being 5, but this one in particular is one that I can definitely remember. Even if after years of watching the seasons, I can remember everything that's going on because I really enjoy this show. Now, with that being said, guys, if you haven't decided to watch Haikyuu, I don't even know what you're still here for. I mean, I've tried to convince you to watch one of the best anime of all time, and you don't listen. You just don't listen. So with that being said, I guess we'll see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.
やれやれだぜ。